Assalamu alaikum. Today we will talk about the date palm, the structure and the morphology of the palm. This is the date palm and we have a variety of date palms here. We're going to talk about the different parts of the date palm and then later on we'll be talking about the fruiting and the flowering part. So let's get started. So the larger part of the tree is actually below ground and you don't see it. And that's the root system. And then we have this type, which is the main stem. And then the canopy on top, as you can see, which carries the leaves and the flowers. So below ground, there is the root system, there is the root bulb, and the roots can go deep, vertically, and also horizontally all around. This is a mulching system, so it will reduce the number of weeds and also it will save moisture using rocks. You can use a variety of organic and inorganic mulches. And also here we have the offshoot. This is how date palm is propagated. So we take this offshoot when it is big and we plant it. It will give us the same copy of this plant, another date palm tree. There are different kinds of offshoots. Most of them come below, like this one here, but there are other types that will be in the leaf axis here, we call rhubarb. Okay, so you don't see the root system below ground, but you know where it is. This is where the soil surface is. This is a monocot plant, so it usually has one main stem and the canopy. This stem here is called stipe in the case of date palm, and these are the leaves. This is the petiole of the leaf. This is the spinal zone where you can see spines, and then you have these leaflets. The whole date palm is, you can see, is very long. It is called frond. So this is the frond. This is actually the spines have been removed to allow access to the tree. As you can see, the flowers are already there, and you can see the spikes have been already pollinated. There are two types of pruning you do on date palm. One is you cut the dry, such as when this one dries, you cut it from here, you prune it, the whole leaf. But then you also go back and cut the petiole. This is leaf bases, inside of which is this fiber. So this is where you make the cut here. After a while, when this is dries, you just cut it, and we call that tarkib. So here are the leaf bases, the cut leaves. This is the petiole, basically. That's what forms the leaf bases, and these are the leaves. And actually, the spines have been removed, but you can see they are on top. The spines in the new leaves are still there. What you see is about 50% of the leaves, because most of the leaves are hidden inside of the date palm. Okay, so most of these, or all of them, you can see the growth of the flowers is actually in the bases of each leaf. So each leaf will have a flowering bud, as you can see here. And the same thing goes on top, as you can see, one under each leaf. One of these flowering spadix is under each leaf axis. Since this is a female tree, they need to be pollinated, and these are the male pollen. They usually placed in the middle, as you can see here. This is where it is, and so you can see it here. This is the date palm male pollen is in the middle of this female flower. And so you can see all these have been pollinated and tied. The upper one has not been pollinated yet. This is the spadix that has been cut, so you can clear the flowers and you can easily pollinate it and keep it clean. And that's what happens when you pollinate the date palm, because it is manually pollinated. Naturally, it is pollinated by wind and insects, but it doesn't give a significant yield in some varieties, so you need to apply manually these male pollens inside of the female spadix. So this is basically the whole female spike, and each of these strands, they are called strands, are actually spikelets that carry numerous small flowers, and then later on these will become fruits. This spadix that you can see is what carries the spikelets and the spikes that later on becomes the fruits of the date palm, which we call dates. That's the name of the fruits of the date palm. The fruit is held in the, now the spadix, the flowers that we saw before is already fruiting, and these small fruits are there, and you can see how they are very interesting. The same arrangement as the flowers. So here is another date palm with the fruits in, already at the hababok stage. You can see the hababok stage in this video. So here is one of the strands, which we call spikelet, that carry fruits. Some of these fruits are pollinated, like the one here. These are all pollinated fruits, but some of them are not pollinated, like the one you see here. You see here there are two fruits are not pollinated. Now this is a fruit that's pollinated. Now we are going to open it to see where the other two friends are located. They're actually not their friends, it is just, see, if you open the perianth, that's the perianth, which is the reminder of the flower, the calyx. You can see these two brown dots. These two brown dots are the two embryos, or the other two carpels that are aborted, so this will grow. So when there is, because this is a monocot, they have three carpels or three fruits, and these three fruits, only one of them will grow, which is this one now. And the brown ones are the other two that did not grow. So you can see now this is really fertilized fruit. And so now I found this is another fruit that is not pollinated. The one I just showed you is pollinated. This is not pollinated. So the three of them have grown. The three carpels have grown, and you can see there's no red, there's no brown mark on this fruit, because all of them already grew, which is not desirable, of course, when you have a date palm, because you wanted the fruits and you wanted each of these fruits to grow, to become fertilized and pollinated. And you can see this is a complete fruit that has grown from the flower. When it is not fertilized or pollinated, then this is what happens. And if it is pollinated, then it's going to be only one, and the other two, one of these three will grow, and the other two will be aborted. So this is basically not fertilized. Let's look at another one. This is not fertilized, okay? And how about this one? This is definitely fertilized, okay? And you could see, probably if you open this, you found the other two there, the other sisters of this fruit. So date palms vary in their maturity. Some in Oman here ripen in May, other ones in even in October. So they are not all the same. This tree is already in the, what is in English is Kemri or Jemri. In Omani, of course, this is called Halal. But remember, Halal is the bizr, not the stage. The stage is Kemri or Jemri. So this is one big fruit, actually. The size, you can see the size is already grown. So this stage, which is Kemri, is when the fruit develops to its maximum size, and then after this they try to change the color, and that's when they go to Halal or Bisr stage. So you can see the fruits of the dates getting ready. This will be probably about the first ones to be harvested, inshallah, very soon. Here we can see the bubbler irrigation system. This is a modern irrigation system that is irrigating this date palm. And you can see it irrigate the basin of the palm. And this is how this tree is growing. Date palms are usually propagated by offshoots, which is located here at the bottom. But sometimes they can be, as you can see here, it's grown from seeds. The problem with seeds propagation, you can grow it from seeds. The date palm stone, which we call nawa, you can use that. But then you end up with 50% male, 50% female, and the female is not going to be identical to the mother tree, so it will be off type. So it's always recommended to grow date palm from offshoots, and most of the date palms would have plenty of offshoots, usually until the age of 11 years, and they still produce offshoots, as you can see here. And so there is offshoots that will come through to type to the mother tree. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's waqf